gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
You better gain weight, you better hit bullseye, the kid don't play.
Today, we'll show you 20 singers who had just one hit. These are the artists labeled as one-hit wonders for topping the charts with their most iconic songs, but never managing to replicate that success. Let's watch it. It's fascinating. Rick Astley. 1987 was an unforgettable year for English singer Rick Astley, who released his debut single, Never Gonna Give You Up, and overnight found himself at the center of the music industry. The song reached number one in 25 countries including Germany, the United States, and the United Kingdom, and became one of the great anthems of the 80s that continues to resonate in pop culture. While his subsequent songs achieved moderate success, none matched the phenomenon of his debut. However, what seemed like a forgotten 80s classic took an unexpected turn in May 2007 when the internet revived its glory through the Rickroll meme. This clever prank involved tricking friends and family into clicking fake links that redirected them to Rick's iconic music video. The meme's viral success propelled Never Gonna Give You Up to new heights, making it one of YouTube's most viewed videos. By February 2021, it had surpassed an incredible 1 billion views. Though Rick Astley recorded countless other songs across his 8 subsequent albums, the reality is that he will always be remembered for this undying classic. Vanilla Ice.
Leave it, you better gain weight, you better hit bullseye, the kid don't play.
In July 1990, this rapper burst onto the music scene with a cover of Play That Funky Music, originally performed by Wild Cherry in 1976. However, fate had other plans. A radio DJ accidentally played the B-side of his debut EP, introducing the world to a song no one had paid attention to, Ice Ice Baby. What followed was unprecedented. This became the first hip-hop track to hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, catapulting Vanilla Ice to instant stardom. But success didn't come without controversy. The song's resemblance to Queen and David Bowie's Under Pressure sparked criticism, and according to rumors, even drew the ire of Freddie Mercury. Over time, the public began to question Vanilla Ice's authenticity as a rapper, which quickly eroded his popularity and led to his inevitable decline. Today, the artist no longer produces new music and has been relegated to reality show appearances, while Ice Ice Baby endures as a symbol of fame that was as fleeting as it was unforgettable. MC Hammer.
So hard, makes me say, oh my Lord, thank you for blessing.
In the early 90s, this rapper dominated the music industry with You Can't Touch This, a single that topped charts worldwide. Thanks to his unmistakable style, the track sold 18 million copies in just a few months, making MC Hammer the rapper of the moment. At the time, he seemed unstoppable and poised to rule the decade. Royalties from You Can't Touch This gave him a $70 million fortune by 1991. However, his meteoric rise came with a life of excess. He bought a mansion in California for $12 million and spent another $30 million on extravagant renovations. His lavish lifestyle included 17 cars, a private jet, 2 helicopters, and 12 racehorses. He also employed a massive staff that cost him $500,000 a month. The commercial failure of his next 6 albums, combined with his reckless spending, led to his bankruptcy in 1996. In a surprising reinvention, MC Hammer left behind the glitter of stardom to become a Christian pastor. He also took on a second role as a tech industry investor, living a much simpler life compared to the whirlwind sparked by You Can't Touch This. Aqua. Few songs from the 90s are as iconic and recognizable as Barbie Girl, the third single by Danish band Aqua. Released in 1997, this catchy Eurodance tune shot to number 1. One on the charts, sold an astonishing 8 million copies, and was certified platinum in 7 different countries. Unsurprisingly, it dominated dance floors and became one of MTV's most viewed music videos of the era. Yet despite their meteoric rise, Aqua struggled to recapture the magic of Barbie Girl with their subsequent releases. The group also faced legal troubles when Mattel sued them over the use of their famous doll's name. Unable to create music on par with their breakout hit, Aqua disbanded in 2001. They reunited sporadically for live performances until permanently returning to the stage in 2016. In 2023, Their most iconic song gained renewed popularity thanks to the Barbie movie, which featured Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice's track Barbie World, incorporating samples from this 90s hit.
Hey, sexy lady.
It's been 12 years since the world was shaken by Gangnam Style, the catchy track by South Korean singer Psy that smashed all YouTube records as the first video to reach 1 billion views. Nobody expected this explosive mix of electronic beats, absurd humor, and the iconic horse dance to cross cultural and geographical boundaries and become a global phenomenon. Not only did it top charts in every corner of the globe, but Psy's meteoric rise also landed him on the world's biggest stages, including the MTV Video Music Awards and the American Music Awards. In 2012, his name was everywhere, his face was on every screen, and his song was played non-stop at every event. It's no surprise that he won countless awards and earned an impressive $28 million in that single year. However, his success was so massive that nothing he did afterward could match it. Follow-up singles like Gentleman and Hangover had some success, but failed to capture the magic of Gangnam Style. While Psy released 3 albums in 2015, 2017, and 2022, they went largely unnoticed outside South Korea. Today, Psy's legacy lives on through the song that made him famous, but the star that once burned so brightly seems to have dimmed. Los del Rio. Macarena is, without a doubt, one of the most unexpected hits in music history. Who would have guessed that a flamenco-infused song performed by 2 Spanish men nearing their 50s would become a global phenomenon? Yet that's exactly what happened when Los del Rio, a duo consisting of Antonio Romero Monge and Rafael Ruiz Perdigones, took the world by storm with a track that got everyone dancing. The original version, released in 1993, already had something special. But it was the 1995 remix by the Bayside Boys, featuring added English lyrics, that elevated the song to another level. The remix dominated the charts and achieved an incredible milestone, spending 14 weeks at #1, one on the Billboard Hot 100. Though Los del Rio never replicated the success of Macarena, their legacy in the music industry is secure. The track remains one of the best-selling songs of all time. The duo earned an incalculable fortune, and there are over 4,700 covers performed by artists worldwide. Carly Rae Jepsen.
It's crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe.
Call Me Maybe launched this Canadian artist to the pinnacle of global pop in 2012, with all the hallmarks of a timeless hit. The song not only reached #1 in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the UK, and the United States, but also became a pop anthem that was as addictive as it was memorable. With such a monumental production under her belt, Carly seemed poised to join the ranks of stars like Katy Perry and Taylor Swift, and many believed her career had no ceiling. Unfortunately, the massive success of Call Me Maybe proved to be a double-edged sword. Her follow-up single, Curiosity, barely made it to #1. 18 in Canada, didn't even chart on the Billboard Hot 100, and what seemed to be the start of a meteoric rise turned into an uphill battle. Despite releasing 5 more albums and performing numerous live shows, Carly Rae Jepsen has yet to step out from under the shadow of her biggest hit. While some of her later work has received critical acclaim, none of it has managed to replicate the impact of Call Me Maybe. Blind Melon. If you lived through the 90s, chances are you heard No Rain countless times. With its alternative rock style and touches of neo-psychedelia, the song paid homage to the golden era of rock in the 60s and early 70s, resonating with a generation yearning for authentic music. The track quickly climbed to #1 on the Billboard alternative and mainstream rock charts and topped Canada's top singles list. Meanwhile, its music video was played so frequently on MTV that it became inescapable. The song's massive success allowed the band to tour with Lenny Kravitz, but tragedy struck in 1995 when vocalist Shannon Hoon passed away due to substance abuse issues. Despite attempts to continue with a new singer and album, the absence of Shannon and the lack of another hit like No Rain doomed Blind Melon to fade into obscurity. Meghan Trainor.
No trouble, I'm all about that bass, about that bass.
Her upbeat lyrics and playful music video turned All About That Bass into a global hit 10 years ago. As soon as it hit the airwaves, The song received critical acclaim, reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, and was certified triple platinum. Its infectious rhythm and inclusive message even led to Megan sharing the stage with music giants like Justin Bieber, who performed his own version of the song. Despite releasing 5 more albums and embarking on 4 concert tours between 2015 and 2024, All About That Bass remains the benchmark for Megan's career. She has tried to stay relevant by supporting social causes and announcing plans to release new music. But a decade later, the echoes of her initial success have all but faded. In fact, she likely has mixed feelings about her most iconic song, as parodies flooded social media to such an extent that, by late 2014, Time magazine published an article begging internet users to stop making All About That Bass parodies. Survivor.
Rising up, back on the street.
Eye of the Tiger is such an iconic track that many mistakenly believe it's the name of the band. In reality, Survivor is the group behind this legendary hit. Founded in 1978, the band went unnoticed until their fate took a dramatic turn in 1982. That year, Sylvester Stallone chose their electrifying guitar riff for one of the most memorable scenes in Rocky III, where the titular character fiercely battles Clubber Lang for the World Heavyweight Championship. When the movie was released, it sparked a frenzy that helped Survivor sell 10 million copies worldwide, instantly cementing Eye of the Tiger as one of the most recognizable songs of the 80s. Despite releasing 5 more albums, the band could never recapture the spark that produced a song of such magnitude, leading to their breakup in 1988. They reunited 5 years later and remain active in the music scene, though the lineup has changed so much that guitarist Frankie Sullivan is the only original member still with the band. Vanessa Carlton.
Down, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound.
1,000 Miles launched Vanessa Carlton to stardom in 2002 with its unforgettable piano melody that lingers throughout its 4 minutes. The moment it hit the airwaves, the single dominated the charts, but ultimately overshadowed the rest of her career. If you're wondering how many of her other 13 singles you've heard, or whether you've purchased any of the 5 albums she released after her debut, the answer is probably a deafening silence. The power of 1,000 Miles is undeniable, and its legacy was cemented even further with its hilarious feature in the 2004 movie White Chicks, where Terry Crews' character performed it memorably, bringing the song to a new level of fame. Since then, it's lived on as a meme across social media, keeping it alive in pop culture. For Vanessa, though, the success of this single song feels like a double-edged sword, as it turned her into a fleeting star trapped by the brilliance of her own past. Tones and I.
For me, tears, for me, tears, for me, oh.
If you used TikTok between 2019 and 2020, chances are you remember the infectious Dance Monkey by Australian artist Tones and I, which served as the perfect soundtrack for millions of videos. With its electropop style, the song didn't just dominate social media, it also launched the singer into a triumphant Australian tour and earned her appearances on TV shows like The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon, solidifying her status as a rising star. The impact of Dance Monkey was monumental. It surpassed 1 billion views on YouTube in just a few months and became the 3rd most streamed song on Spotify, amassing 2.5 billion plays. It also set a record as the most searched song in Shazam's history, with over 36 million searches, and reached #1 in nearly 40 countries. Now, ask yourself if you can name another Tones and I song. Chances are you can't. Her follow-up single, Never Seen the Rain, failed to match the success of Dance Monkey, struggling on the charts. Critics of her debut album, Welcome to the Madhouse, pointed to a lack of innovation, with many tracks feeling like rehashed versions of the sound that made her famous. Tones and I tried to reclaim the spotlight with her album Beautifully Ordinary, released this past August, but outside her native Australia, it went largely unnoticed. Her journey highlights the volatility of the music industry, where success is never guaranteed. Bauer. Few people know that behind the viral sensation Harlem Shake is DJ Harry Bauer Rodriguez, known in the music industry as Bauer. Released on SoundCloud in 2012, the song was never intended to become a cultural phenomenon. But destiny had other plans. Within months, Harlem Shake became the backdrop to one of the most popular memes of all time. What started as a simple track played in nightclubs quickly skyrocketed to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its real impact, however, was on social media, where over 4,000 videos of people dancing wildly to the song were uploaded daily. Even movie stars, athletes, and other celebrities couldn't resist joining the craze. Like all viral trends, the Harlem Shake frenzy faded over time, and with it, Bauer's career began to lose momentum. While he remains active in the music industry, he has since blended into the sea of other DJs. Michel Teló.
Ai, se eu te pego, ai, se eu te pego.
In 2011, this Brazilian singer took all of Latin America by storm with his unforgettable hit, Ai Se Eu Te Pego. The song propelled him to solo stardom after being part of the band Grupo Tradição. But more than a decade after his explosive success, his name has largely faded into obscurity, even though the track can still be heard on the radio in some parts of Latin America. As his career began to stall, Michel shifted gears in 2015, becoming a judge on the Brazilian version of The Voice in an attempt to revitalize his image and maintain a connection with the public. While he continues to release music, it unfortunately seems to have little relevance outside of Brazil. Though Ai Se Eu Te Pego still brings back memories of a golden era, the shadow of his past success looms large, a reminder of how fleeting stardom can be. Wheatus. With 5 million copies sold and its music video played endlessly on MTV, Teenage Dirtbag made Wheatus one of the biggest names of the year 2000. But their fame burned as quickly as it flared. Their decline was partly due to their second single being a cover of A Little Respect by Erasure, leaving fans with nothing new to discover. The New York-based band, originally composed of 7 members, has undergone numerous lineup changes, with vocalist Brendan B. Brown as the only constant. Despite releasing 7 albums and songs that were of reasonable quality, Wheatus never recaptured the magic of Teenage Dirtbag. To this day, they remain one of the best-known one-hit wonders of the 21st century. Aha! Calling this Norwegian band a one-hit wonder is genuinely unfair. While many remember them solely for their 1985 hit, Take On Me, the truth is, they are incredibly talented musicians who released 11 albums throughout their career. The challenge lies in the fact that Take On Me reached #1. Won in over a dozen countries and achieved such legendary status that anything they did afterward was inevitably overshadowed. Nearly 40 years later, the song is still celebrated as one of the greatest musical pieces of the 80s, hailed as a timeless anthem that defined a generation. Part of its success can be credited to the groundbreaking music video that accompanied it. The combination of animation and live action was revolutionary for its time, creating a uniquely captivating visual experience. The video was so influential that decades later, it became one of the first to surpass 1 billion views on YouTube. Today, the members of AHA continue to create new music and maintain a substantial fan base. But to the general public, they remain forever linked to the epic Take On Me, Rebecca Black. In 2011, this teenager's parents paid $4,000 to ARK Music Factory to produce Friday, a song accompanied by a music video that went viral for all the wrong reasons. Far from being praised for its quality, it was mercilessly criticized by experts and the public alike. The excessive auto-tune and what many considered a ridiculous set of lyrics earned it the reputation of being the worst song in history. At just 13 years old, Rebecca became the target of relentless bullying, including death threats, enduring a media nightmare simply for singing a mediocre song. Despite the widespread hate, her fleeting fame earned her a cameo alongside Katy Perry in the Last Friday Night music video, though NME still labeled her song as the worst music video ever made. Over the years, Rebecca has channeled her experience into creating music that explores themes like anxiety, depression, and love. In 2021, she released a remix of Friday to commemorate the song's infamous 10th anniversary. In 2023, she released the album Let Her Burn, which, while not a commercial success, received favorable reviews from critics. Los Ketchup. The Spanish group formed by sisters Lucia, Lola, and Pilar Muñoz took the world by storm with A Cereje, a flamenco pop track so catchy that many grew to despise it. In the months following its release in June 2002, It was impossible to turn on the radio without hearing this infectious tune, which hit number one in 31 countries. With its indecipherable chorus, Acerejé became a seemingly endless summer anthem, and the Muñoz sisters enjoyed unparalleled fame. However, their sudden rise brought challenges, including accusations of plagiarism due to similarities with the 1979 hip-hop song Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. When the Acerejé craze eventually died down, it became clear that Los Ketchup wouldn't be able to replicate their overwhelming success. In 2006, they released their second album, Unblada Mary, which made little impact and is scarcely remembered today. Since then, the sisters have made occasional live appearances, but their golden moment remains frozen in the history of a phenomenon that could never be repeated. Baha Men. The Bahamian band Baha Men traces its roots back to 1977, but it wasn't until 2000 that their modest local success exploded onto the global stage with Who Let the Dogs Out. While the song didn't have particularly inspiring lyrics, its simplicity and humor helped it dominate the airwaves. It became a mega hit, impossible to ignore at parties and sporting events, and even earned the Grammy Award for Best Dance Recording. Its influence on pop culture was undeniable, as it was featured in movies like Men in Black 2 and TV shows like The Simpsons in the episode Marge's Curves. As if that weren't enough, its infectious beat and unforgettable chorus helped it sell 3 million copies and earn triple platinum certification. If you're wondering what happened to Baha Men, they released 3 more albums, but none of them produced a track with the same cultural impact as Who Let the Dogs Out, which has since become an undisputed classic of the 2000s. Melody. El Baile del Gorila was the explosive debut single of Spanish singer Melody in 2001. Against all odds, the song hit number one in Spain and several Latin American countries, becoming an anthem that propelled the young artist to stardom and helped her sell 600,000 copies of her debut album, De Pata Negra. Unfortunately, fame is fleeting, and she never again reached the same chart-topping heights. However, the Spanish singer's perseverance is commendable. She released 5 more albums which, while less successful, kept her passion for music alive. Now 33 years old, Melody remains active in the entertainment industry, appearing on reality shows and performing live concerts. What's most remarkable is that she embraces her iconic children's hit with pride, singing it for her audience without a hint of shame. Now it's your turn. Which of these artists do you think deserve greater success? Share your opinion in the comments below. Here are 2 options that you'll surely love.